Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Today's video is going to be a bookish scavenger hunt to determine my next read, the book that I read for the week. This is completely inspired by the gorgeous and the amazing Ellen Catherine. I love her channel and I've seen that she's done this video quite a few times and I personally just love watching them. I feel like they're so interesting and it's so interesting to see like where you start to where you end up and what book that you will be reading. So for this video I'm going to be completely inspired by one of her scavenger hunts that she's already done. I'm going to be using the exact same prompts, so complete credits to Ellen Catherine for this idea, and I'm so excited to give it a try, give it a go. And I wonder what book we're going to end up with for the week, because it could be a great book, it could be one I'm really in the mood for, or it could be just like a complete fail and one that I'm just like, I don't really want to read you this week. But we're going to see, we're going to give it a go. There is 10 prompts, and how this video idea works is you start off with one book from prompt number 1, and then you go through the 10 prompts and you just answer each prompt. You get the next book, the next book, the next book, and eventually the final book that you choose should lead to a book from your TBR that you haven't read yet that you will read for the week. So without further ado, let's get into the video, let's start this scavenger hunt, and hopefully we'll pick a really great book. So the first half of this video will be me choosing the book, and then the second half I will do like a little mini reading vlog of the book. Yeah. So the first prompt is to choose a 5-star book, and then from that book pick one that you would recommend to other people who liked the first book. So we'll pick my 5-star. Okay, so I've just kind of decided to go like super random, and I've just picked Heartless by Elsie Silver as my personal 5-star read. So for the book that I recommend to people who liked this book, I'm gonna choose Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, because purely for the reason that they are both small town cowboy romances. They're not really similar, to be honest, at all, but like in terms of them being set on a ranch, there's lots of found family, there's loads of little side characters going on, cowboys, ranch life, small town vibes, like yeah, they're similar. So if you really liked Heartless, or just to be honest the entire Chestnut Springs series as a whole, then I would recommend trying the Rebel Blue Ranch series starting with Done and Dusted, because it's a really great small town series and they're all kind of short, so you're gonna have a fun time with this one. Okay, so the next prompt is count the number of letters in the title and then choose a random spot on the bookshelf and count that many places along the shelf. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13 letters in this title, I think. I never said I was good at math. So we need to count 13 places along the bookshelf. I'm just gonna pick a random spot. Where should we go? Where should we go? Okay, we've got the Chase from the Briar U series. We need to count 13 spots from there. So do we count the Chase then, or do we not count that? No, we'll not count that. So we've got, do we count that? We'll just count the Chase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we've landed on the Crimson Moth. Interesting. Very, very different. Okay, so it says to look at what's on the cover and pick a different book based off of the similar elements from this cover. So we've got like the moth, we've got dark tones, we've got some leaves going on, we've got the red. Okay, we've got a little moon there. Not sure if I have anything on the shelf, to be honest, that is very similar. I've kind of made the best of a bad situation. We're going to have to go with Powerless by Lauren Roberts, because that's kind of the only similar one I have on the shelf. I mean, we've got like the green stuff going on this cover, and then on Powerless we've also got like that same leaf print, so we're just going to go with this one. I don't really know if that's the best match, but it's what we've got. So the next prompt is to reverse the page number of this book and choose a book with similar page number to the reversed one. So this book has, how many pages? This book has 502 pages, so we need to pick a book that has 205 pages. Okay, 205 pages, we need to pick a short one. Swift and Saddled. 285. What about the first Harry Potter? Okay. Yeah. This one has 223. I think that's the closest we're gonna get. So, yeah. Although maybe The Woman in Black. Oh, it's a close call. It is a close call right now. This one has 200. Okay, it's actually The Woman in Black. So the book that we have chosen from that prompt is The Woman in Black by Suzanne Hill. I love this book. It is such like a autumny October vibes book. Honestly, I highly recommend it if you like the film, or if you've not seen the film, just like this book. So good. The next prompt is to list some of the tropes in this book and find a book with similar tropes. What even are the tropes in this book? I don't actually even know what the tropes are. This is kind of hard. So we've got like spooky, like ghost vibes, we've got ghost set in like old times. So we kind of need to pick one that's that kind of vibe. Maybe like a horror ghosty type book, but I don't really have too many. I'm gonna have to make the best of a bad situation again here because I don't really have any of the like old England ghosty books. So I'm gonna go with Wuthering Heights because it's kind of like dark vibes. Like when I think of both these books, I think of like dark and like gothic vibes, that kind of thing. I think they're both like gothic books, so I'm feeling like this one might be fine. We're just gonna go with it. It's all I have. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Again, I love this book. The next prompt is to find a book that has the same colour combo as this book. So we've got like black, light blue, grey, some like beige, that kind of thing. I guess that's like black and blue, just different variations. We're just gonna have to go for the Assassin's Blade because this has got blue and black. This one's got like the black background with the blue element to it. It's similar enough. So we've got the Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas. So what we have to do now is to read the first sentence of this book and then pick a book that has a word from the first sentence on its cover. So the first sentence is: seated in the council room of the Assassin's Keep, Selena Sardothian leaned back in her chair. Okay. We could go like really easy with this one and pick like in. There's so many titles that have the word in. And do you know what? I am going to take the easy way out. I am going to choose the word in because I can't find another book that has another word in this first sentence in. So I'm going to use the word in. And we're going to go for Girl in Pieces, which, yeah, is like really random, but it says the word in. The sentence had the word in. I'm taking it. So the next prompt is to go to the acknowledgements and find a name in the acknowledgements and then find a book written by an author that's name is in the acknowledgements. I feel like I'm doing a really horrible job at phrasing these. Okay, acknowledgements. Is there an acknowledgements? So there we go. So for author name we have Holly from the acknowledgements. So then we have The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. That took me so long. Like I couldn't find a name to save my life, and then the word Holly jumped out at me and I was like, Holly Black, love. So the second to last prompt is to look at this cover and find a book with a cover similar to this one. So we've got like the white going on, we've got a gold crown, some branches. Basically we need to find like a white cover. Purely for the fact that they're both white and this one has like branches and leaves on it. This is like the only thing I have. So we're going to go for Powerful by Lauren Roberts as our next book. Okay, the last one I feel like is a bit of a trickier prompt, but we've got to add my birth month, which is March, and my birthday, which is the 14th, together. So 14 had 3, 17, and then we have to flip to page 17 in the book, and we have to read the first sentence on that page and use a word from that sentence and see if any of the covers on my TBR card actually have that word in. So we've got page 17. Okay, on this page it starts off with rubbing against her skin, no this won't do at all. Okay, so I guess I'll find a book with that. Okay guys, I just literally sat and looked through my entire TBR cart and I don't know if this is cheating, but there's nothing on my TBR card. There's nothing on my TBR card that matches any of the words in that sentence. However, this could be like cheating. Some might think it's cheating, some might think it's just work smarter, not harder. But one of the words in the title was skin, so I've got out on a limb. One, it kind of rhymes, and two, skin and limb, they're kind of both like body parts, you know? Like we've got limbs, like body, and then we've got like skin, that's on the body too. So it is a scavenger hunt, and I feel like I have hunted this book. I feel like this is the book that I have chosen, I have been given by the scavenger hunt, and whether you think it's cheating or not, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it, and this one is pretty high up on my TBR. I really, really, really want to read this. It's very high up there with books that I would love to get to. I feel like it's such a cutie little romance. So this one is a unplanned pregnancy trope between two people who like don't really know each other. I think it's like maybe happens at a party or a one night stand, that kind of thing, and then it's following them through the duration of her pregnancy and how they're building this relationship throughout. I've heard that it's so cute, it's so romantic, and the characters are just so cute together, so I can't wait to read this one. And yeah, when I get around to reading it this week, then I will keep you all posted. This book is really stiff. It's like, try to open it. I hate that. I have been doing some reading of the book that I found in the Bookish Scavenger hunt. I mean, technically, you know, was it a bit of a cheat? Yes. Did I actually get this right in the prompts? Probably not, but I guess it just depends on the outlook that you look at it from. I don't know. But I've started Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, and so far I'm really liking it. It's very cute. It's giving me like such a warm, cutesy feeling. Like if you're looking for a very much cutesy romance, and this is the one for you. We've got our main character Win, and she is basically, she's just like a girl kind of getting by. I think she's a waitress, and she goes to her friend's Halloween party. She has a really, really close friend who she's known since they was babies, and they're like besties, and I love that element of the book so far. Like I love the best friend element. But yeah, she goes to her Halloween party, and at the Halloween party she meets, why have I forgotten? Bo. She meets Bo, and they are both ironically dressed as pirates, so instantly, you know, yeah, twinning. And they are both dressed as pirates, so they kind of like get talking, blah blah blah, and then they end up having a one night stand, which leads to Win falling pregnant. And these are two people that are strangers. They've literally like never spoken before, they don't know each other, they've never known each other, so they are complete strangers dealing with this huge life change, and it basically is just following them on this huge life change and how they're dealing with it, how they're going from complete strangers to the most important people in each other's lives. So they're like getting to know each other as friends, that's it, just friends. And we're basically following how feelings are gonna, like their feelings evolve. We're seeing how much respect they have for each other, how much like they learn to live with one another because they are just complete strangers. And I just think it's a really, really nice, sweet plot, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I like the way that Hannah Bonham Young writes. It's very like witty. She puts a lot of like funny comments in, and it kind of like feels very funny at times. I'm like, oh, like love that. And the characters almost feel relatable throughout their inner monologues. Also, if you're looking for a book boyfriend that is a nerd, because I love a nerdy boy, like I love a nerdy book boyfriend, Bo is the one for you. He's the one for you. He is such a golden retriever. He's so sweet. I love him. He's just honestly, I can't speak. He's honestly the sweetest guy. Like, love him. He's top book boyfriend vibes right now. I also love our main female character, Win. Like, she just seems so relatable. I love her inner monologue. Yeah, I love them. I love them together so far. I'm gonna keep doing some reading, and yeah, I also like how at the start of each chapter it tells you whereabouts in the pregnancy she is. It says like 10 weeks pregnant, baby is the size of a strawberry, like that kind of thing. I think that's sweet. Also, I love how Hannah Bonham Young does like disability rep, which is lots of representation on like diverse characters, which I think is so good. And obviously, yeah, I just think we should see that more in romance books. I've just been doing like just literally sitting in the chair and rotting all day, but I've just like come to a quote that I had to pause and just tell you guys this quote, because if you know, you know, like this quote is probably the most relatable quote I've ever read. It says, "She's wearing leggings and a cute oversized sweater with the words Valaris written across it. I think that's from a favourite book of hers. If I ask, we'll never get out of here on time." Okay, me. Okay, me. No need to out me like that. I just want to tell everyone about ACOTAR, guys. Like, anyone who asks, I will give you a in-depth play-by-play of the whole series. I love that quote. I just love it when we have like book quotes of other books in the book I'm reading. Do you know? Does anyone else get that? Just had to, I even underlined that quote and I've put a little tab, because it's honestly like the best thing ever. I'm now like 200 pages in, like halfway through. All I've been doing all day is binging this book. You can't stop me. I won't be stopped. I just want to binge this book, you know? I just want to binge it. I'm quite frankly loving it. It's so cute. Like, you know when you're reading a book and it kind of gives you that feeling in your heart and you're just like, oh my god, like, oh, like cute. That's how I feel reading this. Like, there's some comments where I'm just like, stop it right now. This is too cute. Cuteness overload. Like, these guys together, they're perfect for each other. I love how we're seeing so much like trust being built. We're seeing so much character development. We're seeing just them learning to be like friends together rather than anything else right now. I like that we're building up the friendship first, but you can really see like these two are just made for each other. Like, the chemistry is off the charts. I also really like how Hannah Bonham Young kind of ties in this, like, these topics of she ties in these quite deep topics, and she does it really well to the point where you just really feel like you understand the characters' feelings and things like that and emotions. And I feel like she does it really well, and she also does it in a way that she's really trying to convey how these characters truly feel. And I just think that it's really well done, you know, it's really well done. And I really want to read some more books by her. I think she has 2 other books. I think there's definitely Next of Kin, and then there's like another one. I can't remember the other one. I need to get my hands on them because I really like the covers as well. I think this is really sweet. Oh, I love them. I love these two. Finished this book and I'm gonna rate a solid 4 stars. A solid 4 stars. I just feel like it didn't quite give me that 5-star feeling. However, it was still very good, and I would highly recommend it to anyone. Even if you're not the biggest fan of the pregnancy trope, then I would still give this one a go, because it kind of feels to me just like a very sweet friends to lovers type vibe romance. And yeah, it's really well done. It kind of has some deeper topics, definitely, and I like that the way that they've been done. I love the characters. I think that they're so great together, but also individually, because often, you know, you kind of prefer one or the other character, but I think these two are just equally as likable, and I love that. I would 1000% recommend this book. Thank you to the Bookish Scavenger Hunt for choosing this as well, by the way. I mean, guys, like, I'm actually so sorry. Like, I feel like I feel like I didn't do the scavenger hunt justice or correctly, but I'm probably gonna give it another go in the future, maybe like in a couple of months or whatever. If you've liked this one, then I will definitely do another one, and maybe I'll do it a little bit more like accurate this time. I'm aware that this one was technically not accurate at all, but Well, and it's like, because we got a great book out of it, and I really wanted to read this one at some point this month anyway, so it's a win-win for me. But yeah, I love this book. I think it's really, really cute. I really want to read more by Hannah Bonham Young, because I think that the way that she writes is really witty. It's quite funny at times, and also she weaves in these like deeper topics, but she does it really well and seamlessly. And I feel like she makes you really like the characters to the point that you care a lot about them, and you really care to know about their like things that are going on with them. And that's also very effective in a romance, I feel like. But this definitely didn't feel like a rom-com. It felt like a nice, just like a romance book, you know, like not a rom-com, like is it just like a contemporary romance? It just felt like a romance with like some deeper topics, but not too deep, but still deep. What am I saying? If you really love like the golden retriever book boyfriend type thing, then definitely Bo is gonna be the one for you, because he was giving golden retriever. I love as well how we kind of see both of their friends and like their friend groups. That was a really great element for me, because I think that it gave like a little bit of like a light-hearted funny element, and I really liked how the friends got along, and they all had like their own little comments, and I loved it. I love Sarah and Wynn's friendship as well. I think that they're both so, love the way that they speak to each other, how they understand each other. I loved the friendship element as well, because I do think that plays quite a big part in this book. Sarah is kind of Wynn's main confidant, and I think, yeah, that really added a nice element and aspect to the book. Overall, this book felt like a big warm snuggly hug, and it felt so heartwarming is the word that I would describe this book. It is heartwarming. And yeah, I would recommend it. 4 out of 5 stars. So that brings us to the end of today's video. I technically, like I said, no, it didn't go as to plan as I wanted it to, but you live and you learn. Next time we'll do better. And I hope that you all enjoyed today's video. Thank you to Elle and Catherine for inspiring me to do this bookish scavenger hunt. It's definitely such a fun way of finding a book, and also kind of finding a surprise book off your TBR that you maybe wouldn't have chosen like right away, but you wanted to get to, because I wasn't going to pick up Out on a Limb for quite a while, and I'm really glad that I got to it when I did. I had so much fun with today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye!